Now they're talking about possibly trading him. They're talking about Iverson fatigue because they see the same thing every time they come. They see the guy's going to play as hard as possible. He gives you everything he's got. He's going to put up the big numbers. The problem is the 76ers can't get any better than being a 500 team, so they're actually thinking of possibly moving Allen Iverson right now. But there are still a lot of people in this town and around the NBA who realize what a talent Allen Iverson is, and he can put up a huge number on you at any time. We saw him go for 60 last year against the Magic.
Iverson with 54 points in the game, making 56.
The Blizzard of 2006 hit Denver hard, stranding people all over the Mile High City. But Christmas has come early with the arrival of Allen Iverson. Yes, the seven-time All-Star is in the house.
Anything's possible. He's a guy who's done it all, so I wouldn't be surprised. He may play and end up scoring 50 points, but that's just him.
The familiar number 3 jersey is sewn and pressed and ready. And so is the man who'll wear it just moments ago in the tunnel with the fellas getting ready to make his debut. Traded from Philly to the Denver Nuggets. How much will he play tonight? What kind of an impact will he have? We'll find out as the Denver Nuggets host the Sacramento Kings. Hi again, everybody, and welcome along with Scott Hastings. I'm Chris Marlowe. 2 big stories in Denver, the weather and Allen Iverson. And now that the snow has gone away, it's all AI all of the time. The most exciting trade in the NBA this year.
Well, maybe in the last 5 or 10 years. I mean, you'd have to sit back and think, okay, this big. Do you have to go back to when Philly got rid of Charles Barkley, or who would it be? Shaq, I guess, moving, at least leaving L.A. a couple years ago, might compare. But this is huge. This is a statement by Stan Kroenke and the management team here that says, we want to build a championship team. This is another piece.
Allen Iverson's career numbers are spectacular. The former MVP, Rookie of the Year, led the NBA in scoring 4 times. His career scoring average of 28 points per game, 3rd best in history behind Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, 19,000 points. I mean, that's all you got to say. And he's still young. His last 3 years, he's averaged over 30 each of the last 3. So he's still got stuff going. He may be, and I used to give this to Isaiah Thomas, Nate Archibald there, the best small guard to ever play, at least scoring-wise, the best small guard that's ever played.
Head coach George Karl has a new weapon. It is Allen Iverson. The answer on display next. Toyota tip-out right around the corner. Stay tuned.
Now, newly acquired Allen Iverson is at Pepsi Center. He has passed his physical. He's expected to play tonight against the Sacramento Kings. Now, here's George Karl on how he's expected to use AI tonight against the Kings.
Basketball is simple when it's played well, and hopefully we'll be playing well, and we'll get him on the court. I'll talk to him before the game, see how much he wants to play, see how rusty he is, how much he's played in the last 10, 12 days.
To see the Denver Nuggets with Allen Iverson, and they will host the Sacramento Kings.
Well, there may be nobody more excited than Allen Iverson being a Nugget than Carmelo Anthony. Of course, the two were teammates on the 2004 Olympic team. They have spoken on the phone, and they cannot wait to get it going.
We were just talking about how excited he was, and how everybody's saying we can't play together, and
Now you see that mellow smile that you talked about. They laugh about it. They tell each other, "Of course we can play together." We can't wait to see it, guys. Back over to you.
All right, Allen Iverson, we have been told, is not going to start, but will be in very shortly. So some last-minute advisement. Allen Iverson getting ready to check in. Solomons. Rebound to Ney. There goes Boykins. Boykins throws it up, no. Tough chance for Orr under pressure from the 7-footer Miller. A prolonged ovation. Bibby. What the push. And here comes Allen Iverson, along with Reggie Evans. Standing ovation. I'm Chris Marlowe. Scott Hastings here with Julie Brauman, Iverson. And the crowd goes crazy.
This is a pick and roll. Watch how Iverson's going to try to use it and penetrate. See, he's getting in the lane off the penetration. Still hits a tough shot off of over Salmons, but he's using that pick and roll to score. And I've always said, if you're going to run a pick and roll, you've got to be a threat to score on the pick and roll. You'll see a lot more of this before this season's out, I think.
Allen Iverson, our Lexus drive of the game.
AI T-shirts are selling well. We are told the Allen Iverson jersey is on the way. Allen Iverson, he's the big story. 22 points and 10 assists last Friday night. How would you grade his overall game?
Well, I think it was absolutely stellar, obviously, but the interesting thing when I talked with him earlier, he said, I'm not happy it wasn't complete because they lost the basketball game. That's the intangible I think you get with Allen Iverson. Sure, we know this guy can play. Listen, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame and a great poster way. The poster of the year so far at the bench chair. But this guy came out, he played, he could do this maybe better than I thought he would because he's been out so long. But he got up, he cheered, he was a leader in the timeouts, on the floor, on the sidelines. And that's what he really brings to this team.
Allen Iverson has now been a Denver Nugget for 5 days. A little earlier, we asked his teammate Eduardo Nahara, what about AI?
His leadership is something that we've been liking on this team, and overall, he's been a great teammate, great around the locker room. I think that he's going to help everybody, especially the young guys like Carmelo and JR.
There he is cheering guys on. I tell you what, he's done everything right so far, and look at the crowds waiting to see what Allen
I just
Iverson
want him to
is
play.
doing.
You know, I'm trying to stay out of his way to making it too complicated. And we had a very good practice yesterday, and there was good life in the gym today. And I mean, we got a stretch of games here without Melo and without JR and with Marcus not playing. You got to play good. And guess what? Some other guys out there got to play good too.
All eyes on AI tonight, his second game with the Denver Nuggets.